Daily devotions for October 19th. Today's scripture will be John 21, verses 7 and 8. Therefore, that disciple, meaning John, whom Jesus loved, said to Peter, "It is the Lord." Now when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment, for he had removed it, and plunged into the sea. But the other disciples came in a little boat, for they were not far from land, but about 200 cubits, dragging the net with fish. Now, I found this very interesting as I was reading this. They had just cast their net on the right side of the boat. They have this big catch. They did not know it was Jesus on shore, but who is the one that notices it? Okay, the disciple that Jesus loved, John, he says to Peter, "It is the Lord." Okay, now he saw with his eyes and realized, had the revelation, it is the Lord. But then it says Peter heard. So he didn't even turn to look, he just heard. And then he plunged into the sea. Okay, now I thought, John was just so humble. He saw that it was the Lord. All these other ones, Peter and the rest of them, they were all doing the work, okay, going after the net, getting the fish. And John, his eyes were on Jesus. He went to Jesus. It's kind of like Mary and Martha. Mary sat at his feet while Martha was out busy doing stuff, taking care of business, okay? And I think that's just one of the reasons, that John received the book of Revelation. He received the revelation of Jesus. He was always at his feet, at his side, with his head on his bosom. He was always near him. It wasn't about doing the work. It was about being near him, being in his presence, okay, learning everything from him that he could possibly do. He loved the Lord. He was even so humble, he never even said his name. It was always the disciple that Jesus loved. And that's how he felt. He knew that he was loved. He knew that the Lord loved him and didn't want to do anything without him at his side. And that's how we should feel today. He loves me so much, he doesn't want to do anything without me. He wants to include me in everything that he's doing. Are we willing to leave the others and just come to the feet of Jesus? Just come and seek his face. Okay, that's just a question, but I found that very interesting. John saw that it was the Lord, and he shared that news with Peter. Peter didn't even bat an eye. He just took off. He was going after the goods. Now, I think he was doing a right thing, but the real right thing was to keep your eyes on Jesus, okay? Faith comes by hearing, okay? But we want to see him face to face, okay? All right, great. Till next time, be blessed.